feel even when you're jumping, the basic splatter shots are still more accurate than they are in Splatoon 2 and 3. It's almost as if there is no shot deviation. There still is, but hardly notice it. That did it. Monoblade, how's it going? Welcome. How are you doing? This is the best Splatoon. I mean, in terms of like overall map design and visuals and music, I think it is the best Splatoon, but Splatoon 2 definitely made a lot of improvements. Even though the maps in Splatoon 2 were kind of mediocre. As for Splatoon 3, yeah. Definitely... almost everything about Splatoon 3 is worse than 2 and 3. With the exception of some of the quality of life changes, such as finally being able to fully customize your gear. So, that's like the only really good thing to come out of Splatoon 3. But other than that, yeah. I'm literally not enjoying Splatoon 3 at all. But if you would like to join, you're more than welcome to. I'll go ahead and show you my Nintendo Network ID. I'm going to do one more match though real quickly. It's a good idea to stick in some lobbies because you can't switch your weapon out in this game. I mean, the soundtrack to Splatoon 2 and 3 are still pretty darn good. But I think I prefer Splatoon 1 soundtrack overall. It just holds a lot of nostalgia to it. Even though Splatoon 2 was my first Splatoon game. Pretty good one to start off with. I feel like for Splatoon 3 to be someone's first Splatoon game, that's a bad first impression, honestly. Because that is like almost everything a Splatoon game typically isn't. The maps are literally hallways. They don't get to experience the verticality and movement that Splatoon has to offer. I mean, yeah, there still are some redeeming qualities about Splatoon 3, such as, like I said, the quality of life changes. But the thing that, oh gosh, but the thing that sucks about them is that those quality of life changes should have been something that was in Splatoon 1 to begin with. I can understand why they took, you know, caution when giving you the ability to choose what abilities you have on your gear. Because people can make, you know, overpowered quote-unquote setups, but the thing is, people stack abilities regardless of a gear respawn. So, that just limits your abilities, which is very dumb. And unfortunately, it finally took them until Splatoon 3 to get that right. Which is the one Splatoon game hardly anyone plays due to how poorly it's being handled. But yeah, I think the visuals, definitely the visuals, not to mention the weapon design in Splatoon 1, I think are just super freaking cool. They have that, like, actual super silver water gun look to them. They have, like, the clear, neon bright plastic, and you can see the ceiling on the plastic. It's super cool. Splatoon 2's weapons were okay. I think they definitely look better than Splatoon 3's designs. But you know, Splatoon 3 still has a whole nother year of support to go with updates, so hopefully Nintendo can actually make the game good. Hopefully they can actually, you know, make the game worth the excitement. Hopefully they can fix the biggest problem, which are definitely the maps, 100%. The maps are by far the biggest thing that holds Splatoon 3 back. Then there's the, you know, seasonal updates that they have going on. which is nice, but the way they're doing it, again, is not very good. Instead of, you know, spacing everything out within the season, they throw everything at us at once, making it so that by the time we pretty much complete everything in that season, there's nothing else to do for another, like, 3 or 2 months. It's just really bad game design, overall. So yeah, it gets pretty stale really quickly, and the map design does not help. Lols. Mason, how's it going? Welcome. How you doing? Next week is Big Run on Umami Ruins. Yup. And the start of the new Drizzle season. Got into a hack match and Splatfest music is playing. Oh, that's pretty cool though. Yeah, 3, I stopped enjoying Splatoon 3, like, during the 3rd season, because it didn't feel like we were getting anything new. It just felt like we were getting stuff we already had in the previous games, but not as enjoyable. Which is kind of a big problem. Okay, so for those of you who would like to join me, my Nintendo Network ID is right there. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and pin it in the comments here. my Nintendo Network ID, or NINID for short. NINID is now pinned at the top of the live chat, so for those of you who want to send me a request, feel free to do so, and we will be able to play. Plushies, how goes it? Welcome. How you doing? Eating spaghetti on the last day of summer. Nice. Hope that goes well. On a story mode stage. Oh yeah, you'll still run into hackers and modders in this game, but oddly enough, I don't run into them nearly as often as I thought I would. I've been playing this game for a month now, roughly, and I've only ran into like 10 in total. So yeah, not as bad as I thought it'd be, and thank frick, because I, skipped out on Splatoon 1 because, for one, the only games I really wanted on the Wii U were a Sonic Lost World and Smash for the Wii U. And I got a bundle that came with Super Mario 3D World in it, which is a really great, that's a great game. Holy cow, that game is a lot of fun. I'm so glad they put it on the Switch. But that begs the question, why is Splatoon 1 still not ported to the Switch? We have, Breath of the Wild ported, we have Mario Kart 8 ported. Now, a lot later, 3D World, so where in the heck is Splatoon 1? Why is that? I imagine by the time they're done with Splatoon 3, they probably will port Splatoon 1 to the Switch. If they do that, that would be a very smart move on Nintendo's part. It really would. That would be fan-frickin-tastic. The only thing I would want them to update in Splatoon 1 is the ability to choose which, abilities you have on your gear, like in Splatoon 3. That would be the only thing I would want them to change about this game. Other than that, just make it a complete, flat-out port. Nothing, changed up too much. Nothing, switched around. None of that stuff. Just port everything, but add that little detail. That would probably make this the best... That would probably make Splatoon 1 the best Splatoon game, if I'm being honest. And I apologize for the background noise. That would definitely make Splatoon 1 probably the best Splatoon game. I mean, Salmon Run wouldn't really be a thing, but they could add it if they did something like that. Imagine Salmon Run in Splatoon 1. Wonder what that would be like. That'd be kind of interesting, actually. Boom. But yeah, in terms of overall map design, I think Splatoon 1 definitely has the best maps. Even the maps that are considered not good or kind of bad in this game are still better than any of the Splatoon 3 default maps. Because they still take advantage of the new movement that this game has to offer. Verticality, there's moving platforms, there's flanking routes. It's just fun. Even Salisbury Rig is more enjoyable than any of the Splatoon 3 default maps. Hot take, but you don't really like Salmon Run. You always get friended teammates. I get you. Salmon Run can be a bit of a pain with randoms, I'll admit. But sometimes you will get into a lobby with a really good randoms. It's almost as if you are being able to communicate with VC. Because they can capitalize off of what you're doing, so... But that's a rarity, unfortunately. So yeah, for anyone who would like to join me, my Nintendo Network ID, or NINID, is pinned on top of the live chat. Heck, I think the weapon kits in this game are a lot better too. Burst Bombs on a Slosher is just a lot of fun. It kind of is a little broken, I'll admit, it is kind of busted, but you know what? A lot of weapon kits in this game are busted, and the fact that pretty much every special in this game is broken, that's kind of what makes it balanced if you think about it. Because there isn't really one that's clearly better than the other. They're all just a lot of fun. Instant activation, complete invincibility, like being able to turf anywhere on the map from any distance with the Ink Strike, it's just a lot of fun. And the fact that they're all really powerful like that is what makes them balanced. It's just funny. Doing. Oh, I could have gotten that little fishy. Is that fish? You can actually get some Splatoon 1 gear and or weapons in Splatoon 3 with mods. When you have to use mods to be able to do something like that, that's just dumb. It really is. Nintendo needs to make that something you can do normally. Which is kind of another reason Splatoon 3 is kind of bland. The gear that's available right now is kind of just boring. They're literally just palette swaps of gear that already exists. It's dumb. They need to just flat out have returning gear from the other games. While they have some returning gear, there's a lot that are still haven't returned that need to be. That should have been in the game since day one, like the black V-neck tee. The white V-neck tee is there, so where's the black one? You have the, black and white tees from this game. You have the new black and white tees in Splatoon 3 for, Tri-Squid and Tri-Alto tee. So why is the black V-neck tee not here? Not in Splatoon 3 yet. Seriously. Hogger shots at level 40. Yeah, that's quite a long ways. But welcome, Kirby. How you doing? Not only that, but a lot of the weapons that were Sheldon's picks in this game are just way cool looking. The Berry Splattershot Pro is a really cool looking weapon. I mean, I don't really mind the monochrome Kensa weapons, but I think the whole black and white theme of them kind of just is not as cool as, like, the colorful looks of the Sheldon's picks and stuff. So yeah, I really prefer Sheldon's picks over, Kensa weapons. Even the Z plus F weapons are kind of bland. They are, they're not in black and white, but it's kind of the same thing where it's just two colors. The colors are like a blood orange and a navy blue. Which, in my opinion, are better than black and white, but still kind of bland. Meanwhile, you got Sheldon's pigs, which are like have like 3 or maybe even 4 different colors to them. They're really bright and colorful. So I think, yeah, Sheldon's pigs definitely the cooler options. And then we have Anarchy, which I guess kind of has the same thing as a Sheldon's pig. But we're getting a lot of different, you know, gear brands helping with abilities this time around in Splatoon 3, so that's kind of cool, I guess. But I would still prefer Sheldon's pigs. Ooh, I wish I could aim. But I can't. Jeez, my freaking Wii gamepad is vibrating like crazy. Woo! Do you prefer the Switch or the Wii U? That's a good question. There are some things I like better about the Wii U than the Switch, such as when you're playing a game like this, you don't have to press like the X button to bring up the map. You can just look down at the gamepad and check it out real quickly. But overall, probably the probably the Switch overall, just because it's, you know, better at being portable than the Wii U is. You can play the Switch on the go. Versus the Wii U, the gamepad kind of handles like a Switch, but at the same time, it's like you have to be home for that to work to begin with. So yeah, overall, I think I prefer the Switch. That, and I think it's got a little, the library games I think is just a little better on it. I keep forgetting that that platform underneath there is not there. That's in Splatoon 3. Oh wow. What's that? 1.2%? Jeez. Used to be your main in Splatoon 2, now it's kind of mid in Splatoon 3. I feel like a lot of the weapons in... Okay, besides the maps, the biggest problem for Splatoon 3 with me, other than the maps, are the weapon kits. It's like, you either have a weapon that you like that has a really good sub-weapon, but then the special sucks. So, when you know you're going to get another kit, it's going to be the opposite. It's going to be, okay, now we're finally going to get a good, you know, a good special, but the sub-weapon is going to suck. It's like, there's no fun in any of the weapon kits, honestly. It either has a trash sub-weapon or a good special, or vice versa. It's like, you can't... It's like Nintendo just... They recycle kits so often that they take away any potential for good kits in the games. It's dumb. And that just takes the fun out of it for me, honestly. But you know what has the potential to have a really good sub and special combo? The third Splattershot kit that we might be getting here soon. We still need burst bombs on the Splattershot because Nintendo decided to change that up for some unknown reason. So maybe the third weapon kit will have actually a good combo. It might have burst bombs and Booyah Bomb, which would be probably the perfect Splattershot kit because all 3 of those kits work out very well off of one another. It doubles down on the whole play your way with the weapon kind of thing. Defensive and offensive. Main weapon, sub-weapon, and special weapon. But it's probably going to be a lame-looking version of the Splattershot, like maybe Kensa or something, or maybe Z plus F, instead of something cool like the Wasabi. So, if the weapon itself, with its kit being really good, isn't the problem, it's probably going to be the appearance. Karen, how's it going? Welcome. How you doing? Jones picked when they're coming back? They have to come back. They were in Splatoon 2 as well, so they pretty much have to come back in this game. Ooh, Speed Raid. How's it going, guys? Welcome, Sudspace. How you doing? Pat L, how's it going? Pugazee, welcome. And Speed Inkling himself. How you doing? How'd the rest of your stream go? Hope it went well. And thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. If anyone here would like to join, my Nintendo Network ID has been pinned in the live chat. Uh-oh. I'll go shot with the splat bombs and triples E-strike. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing about that sucks. Like, the default splatter shot is literally the 10 attack from this game. And the 10 attack in Splatoon 3 is the wasabi from this game. So, it's like, okay. Even though they're not as good because the specials have been dumbed down. But yeah, hopefully we get the wasabi splatter shot in Splatoon 3 with burst bombs and booyah bomb, because that would be, I think, the perfect splatter shot kit. All three parts of that kit can be played defensively and, you know, offensively. So that would be probably the perfect splatter shot kit. Had a lot of fun. You can safely say turf wars are still better in Splatoon 2. I imagine, like, any game mode is better in Splatoon 2, with the exception of Salmon Run. Salmon Run is actually a lot better in Splatoon 3. Even though the maps we're getting are kind of stale, honestly. But yeah. Oh wow, we actually managed to get a lobby there. Sheesh. Splatoon 3 has the better Salmon Run, no question. Yeah, definitely. And I think the story mode is definitely better, but, you know, I have a lot of nostalgia for Splatoon 2 story mode. If I were to go back and play that, it would be a huge nostalgia trip for me. But yeah, Turf War, even ranked mode in Splatoon 1 and 2 both are better than Splatoon 3. But yeah, if you guys would like to join, again, my NID is up in the top of the chat, so. Oh, that's right, I got suction bombs there. Clank. This is like the only bomb rush that I actually kind of like. Just because it's so much pressure applied in such a short amount of time. Like, hey look, it's the classic blue and orange colors. Uh-oh. Okay, I need to keep my distance with this thing here. Now I can go in. Jeez, the special is so crazy the frame rate drops when you use it. Versus a game like Splatoon 3 where the frame rate drops on a normal basis. Like seriously, the frame rate in Splatoon 3 is atrocious. It's especially noticeable in Salmon Run, where it just drops to like 15 frames per second. It's insane. Oopsies. Around the corner, or come on top, whatever you want to do. Okay, we're good. Oh, they're lagging. Swim with this weapon, don't run. I don't know what they did in Splatoon 3, but the Splattershot Pro in Splatoon 3 specifically just feels like it can't do anything. In this game, it feels like it actually does something. In Splatoon 2, it's kind of the same way, but you have to use MPU to keep it consistent, unfortunately. But in Splatoon 3, the Splattershot Pro feels like it fires blanks half the time. It's ridiculous. Take care, Speed. Have a good one. Stay safe. On YouTube, that shows how to make the Wii U portable itself. Oh, interesting. I feel like I got a lot more splats than 8, but I'll take it. Take care, Pugazzy. Have a good one. Stay safe. Play Splatoon 1, but yeah. Sorry to hear that. Bleep. Okay, switching lobbies. And Jameson, how's it going? Welcome. Let me accept that real quickly. There you go. Okay, now which weapon do I want to use? I'm not sure. What do I feel like using? Let's go with E and Zap. Let's go in Zap. Forgot they couldn't change and continue in this game. Yeah, if you want to switch your weapons, you have to leave the lobby. Which is like one of the very few things that I really don't like about this game. But pretty much everything else about it, yeah. It's probably the best Splatoon game that we have so far. Oh, okay, Nintendo. Splatoon 3 has the potential to be the best, but unfortunately, Nintendo is just putting like no effort into it right now, unfortunately. Wonder why they didn't fix that until the second game. I think it's because, you know, since it's their first game, they were probably a bit cautious with, you know, things you could do in it, such as the abilities, not being able to even as much as change your sub abilities. Oh, we got a hacker in the lobby that turned it into Rainmaker. Cool. Okay, whatever. Oh yeah, that's right. The Rainmaker actually has a pretty powerful attack in this game. Holy cow, the frame rate. Jeez. Wait a minute, what the frick? Damn right, get over here. Get up. Ah, wait. Dang. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this lobby after this one because, you know, there's someone here changing the game modes. Literally, the Rainmaker attack is an Inzuka. And then we're gonna get like a modded Rainmaker game mode here soon in Splatoon 3. That's one of the challenges. You wanna know what would be more fun than that? A challenge rotation where you get to use Grisco weapons and, you know, multiplayer. That would be a lot of fun. None of this, like, modded Rainmaker nonsense just to make the attack different. It's like, it's basically Rainmaker just with that little added detail. It's not too exciting. Have the sprinkler. Greetings, comrades! Let's go. Yeah, if they change the game mode, then yeah, it's a hacker, but at least it's not, you know, the, like, kind of hack that just makes you like, oh my gosh, this guy sucks. Because they just, you know, just hacks to paint the ground. They don't need to do anything at all, they just win, they just cheat. So, I would honestly prefer this kind of hack over something like that. Because at least we can still play the game. Ouch. Yikes. Holy cow, man. I'm not sure if these guys are actually really good in ranked mode, or if this is what ranked mode is like in Splatoon 1. Holy fudge. Jeez, that was out of nowhere. Come on. I know you're coming up here. You know what I'm gonna do? Oh, they're lagging. Jeez. That's a broken Rainmaker path right there. All we have to do is make him drop it, and we win! But don't get too cocky. If I can just charge up my special, that would be great. Ah, just barely missed him. And there we go. Jeez, I hope that's not what C rank is like. I'm guessing the person who changed it is pretty good at Rainmaker, given how they changed it to Rainmaker specifically, so... I don't know. Jeez. That was pretty rough. Does that count towards your rank? I don't think it does. Because it was, you know, hacked. But yeah, I'm going to leave that lobby. Let's get into one that's actually normal here. Then... Do I have any friend requests? Yes, I just accepted one from Jameson. The maps and modes are going to change in another 20 minutes, so... Please give us something. Give me the one map I have not played on in Turf War yet. Give me frickin' Anchovy Games. That is the one map I have not been able to play on yet. I see you! Dude, look at how fast the sprinkler builds your special up in this game. The sprinkler actually does something in this game. They nerfed it to Oblivion in Splatoon 2, and they kept it that way in Splatoon 3. Oh wait, they nerfed it recently. Oh yeah, just to make the first two phases last a little longer. Which is pointless, because once the first phase runs out, there's no point in the other two phases, because there's no ink for it left to cover. Seriously. Jeez. They just ruined the sprinkler in Splatoon 3. Just flat out. They do quite literally nothing. Give us maps that's not returned since. Or Murray Towers. I actually don't really mind Murray Towers in Splatoon 1. I think it's better than it is in Splatoon 2. Bling. Right. Okay. I keep forgetting you can't just drop down from there now. Whoopsies. Yeah, that was a stupid idea. For a spot to open. There should be one as soon as we're done with this game right here. Ooh, that was almost too risky. Dick, you missed the drop. We can still make a comeback, maybe. Oh, my teammate keeps dropping. Strike. Strike. Just one more will seal the deal. And that should be a victory. Maybe. Ah, 0.5%. Dang. That Ing Strike almost gave us a comeback. Level 31. Just one level ahead of me. Pretty close to 32. Leveling up past level 20 takes a good minute because it feels like they're encouraging you to play ranked mode to level up. Because you get more points. Yeah, you're almost there. Jeez. Come on, you moving platforms. Jeez. I swear, sometimes the randomly generated platforms on the higher levels of Squid Jump can really just screw you over. Sheesh. And the placement of some of the power-ups. Specifically the starfish, because they just halt all your momentum after jumping, and you just plummet. Let's go. Hey, it's us, Space. How's it going? There you are. Let's go. There's actually a really good spot for the sprinkler on this stage. That's another thing that's really nice about this game. There's a lot of good spots for stuff like sprinklers. Like, watch this. Plop. That is one of the best sprinkler spots that I can think of in this stage. In Splatoon 3, however, there's like no good spots for sprinklers. There's no good spots for squid beacons in the maps on Splatoon 3 maps because they're so flat and just narrow hallways. It's so dumb. You can't place them in any strategic locations. There is no strategy in Splatoon 3 maps. It's literally just stoning the base, push into the enemy base, and pin them down before they have a chance to move. Then you win. The map designers must be brain dead. Greetings, how's it going? Hello! Greetings, comrades! Oh wait, how did you get into my lobby without being on my friends list though? So sweet. Really tempted to turn the volume up so I can hear that, but yeah. Another thing I don't like about this game is that Infra's is exclusive. It's a shoe exclusive ability. I'm so glad they changed that in Splatoon 2. I got my thingy off. I think I like the Now or Never thing better in Splatoon 1 as well. Ouch. No, 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 no. It kind of sucks that one of the Octobrush kits is the exact same as... What the frick was that? A Sushin Boom. Oh. My gosh, Japanese players lag so bad. I was like 10 feet away from that shot. Holy cow. Yeah, look at the lighting, look at the greenery. The maps in this game not only are better designed, but they have better visual backgrounds as well. 2 DCs? Holy cow. I mean, look at all the greenery. You have like the city, a setting in the background, you see the buildings and the trees and everything. It's just, the maps in this game not only are designed better, but visually better as well. They're just so cool looking. Then in Splatoon 2, it was kind of in the middle between bland and nice looking. But in Splatoon 3, the maps are they just don't look that good. It's funny how the maps progressively got worse between all the games. Splatoon 1 had the best maps play-wise and visual-wise. Splatoon 2's maps were kind of mediocre, both functionally and visually. And then Splatoon 3's maps suck, both functionally and visually. That begs the question: how do you get worse the more you design a game? Like, how does that happen? Only Nintendo, dude. Only Nintendo. Finding the lobby to answer. Oh, I get you. Nice. But if you want to actually send me a request, I can do so. Or you can do so, rather. OP sprinklers. What? Top tier? Look at it, it's the actual good version of the Insuka. Not this Trizuka nonsense. I swear, sometimes I feel like the Trizuka doesn't even hit the target even though it's right on top of it. It's literally a day one freaking... It's a day one Ultra Stamp. Even though they supposedly buff the, you know, explosive damage radius. But I still don't really feel like it's any different. I still feel like it kind of just sucks. Yoink. I was honest looking. Getting this wall. I'll take the trade. Oh, yeah, you have a DC now? Jeez, people are DCing a lot all of a sudden. What the frick? Up there, sprinkler spot. Yeah, last game we had 2 DCs on my team, and then now you guys have a DC? What's without the DCing going on all of a sudden? Yeah, the vending animation for Splylings is pretty cool in Splatoon 1. They just hug it. Okay, but I'm gonna switch my weapon out now, so yeah, I gotta leave the lobby to do that. What do I want to use? What do I feel like using? The thing I don't like about many Splylings in this game is that 2 of the kits are literally Splattershot kits. Look at this is the vanilla Splattershot, and this is the Tenatech Splattershot. If they gave this one Ink Strike to make it this kit, it would be a repeating kit, but at least it'd be of a different weapon. So yeah, if this had Ink Strike, that'd be great. Let's see. But, you know what? Dang it. What weapon do I want to use? It's been a minute since I used Permanent Ink Brush. You know, the actual fun, good version of the Permanent Ink Brush, not this sprinkler nonsense. Yeah, the losing song is still good too. Like, Nintendo gives you the ability to change your emotes for winning. Like, it would have been cool to do that for losing emotes as well, but... And Nintendo just cut too many corners with Splatoon 3. The player base is literally less than a quarter of what it was at launch. And the fact that they're not making any improvements to, you know, change that, it just shows that they do not care. Maybe if they listened to the community, they would actually be able to make some progress. Like, oh wait, what's wrong with the game? Oh, the maps are bad? Oh, okay, we can fix that. But instead, it's just like, oh wait, what's wrong with the game? Oh wait, sorry, I wasn't listening. I was busy trying to think of how we can make it worse. friend request. I'll do so as soon as this match is done so. Because I can't do it in lobby. That, and I don't think I get notifications like we do on the Switch, so I have to manually go in and check. So, you guys send me a request, you have to let me know. Join. Oh, nope. I'm over here. Ooh, now I'm over here. Ow. Oh. Come on. Yes. The E-pressures are a lot of fun. I honestly forgot how fun these buttons can be. Yeah. I just fool around in here for a minute. Can I actually... Yes, I can actually. Give me that Kraken. Oh, it disappeared. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and check my requests real quickly, and then we can play some more. Unfortunately, I have to leave the lobby in order to do that because, yeah, it won't let me actually go to the home menu in the lobby, so, yeah. I know, you have to leave the switch weapons gear, which is very annoying. I'm so glad they changed that in Splatoon 2. Heck, they made, it just sucks, because Splatoon 3 has, like, the best quality of life changes that's been needed in these games since the first game. Such as being able to, you know, have friends join you for turf wars, and always being able to put each other on the same teams. Being able to finally choose your gear abilities, even if it's a main one, regardless of what gear it's on. Like, it just sucks that Nintendo implemented the best quality of life changes in a game that no one plays because of how poorly they're handling it. It's really sad. It sucks that Nintendo just... It's really dumb. Dang, the lighting effect in this stage is so nice. It's like sunset-esque. Very early afternoon looking. The maps in Splatoon 1 are just so cool. Definitely had the best maps. Definitely. Visually and function-wise, they were the best. Yep. Brush doesn't go so fast on Grace this time around. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Oh, it wasn't even the mini splat on the ground. It was the nozzle nose. The funny thing, Disruptor is, like, too good, and then Toxic Mist is too not good. I'm not sure how we can make it so that it's actually more balanced. Maybe while you're in the Toxic Mist itself, you have the effects of Disruptor, but when you get out of it, then it has kind of a lasting-ish effect that only is there for, like, I guess, 3 seconds or so. Because Toxic Mist is just garbo. And Disruptor is too good. Oh yeah, that's right. In Splatoon 1, you can actually get stuck in an ink while rolling with an ink brush. Moray Towers and Piranha Pit. Oh my gosh. I loathe Piranha Pit. Moray Towers is fine though. I don't mind it too much in this game, but Piranha Pit, I despise that map. I really do. Can you please give me the one map I still have not played on for Turf Wars, Nintendo? You've given me Piranha Pit like 10 freaking times in a row. Why can you not give me the one map I still have not played? What is your deal, Nintendo? Give me frickin' Anchovy Games for once. You'll give me Piranha Pit 800 times because you know I just like the map, but you won't give me the one map that I still have not played on. Go figure. Okay. But yeah, I despise Piranha Pit. I really do. It's my least favorite map in the entire game. For Splatoon 1. Moray Towers, however, that's alright. It's a lot better than it is in Splatoon 2. Breaking news! Moray Towers! Piranha Pit. Camp Triggerfish. That's another fun map. Yeah. Okay. Back to lobby. Let's continue. Here's your third least favorite map of all of them. What's your top 2? Because my least favorite map out of all of them is Splatoon 1, definitely Piranha Pit. It's pretty much just hold the middle ground, like in the middle, and you're pretty much gonna win. It's so dumb. Skipper Pavilion and Bluefin Depot. I actually really like Bluefin Depot. That's my second favorite map in this game, because it's like a constant battle between the two sides. While one team is inking one side, the other team is inking the other side, and vice versa, and you just keep going back and forth. That and visually is pretty cool. Oh, all maps in all the games? Ah, gotcha. But yeah, I would say pretty much any and all of the Splatoon 3 maps are at the bottom of my list. The one that's at the top for Splatoon 3 is Hagglefish Market, because at least that one has somewhat of a flanking route, even though the flanking route kind of sucks. But at least it has it. Almost any other map does not have a flanking route. And the ones that do have flanking routes, they're garbage. And we have a DC on my team. Good. It's HP Metalworks. That map freaking blows. Give me that ink strike nice and quickly. Bling! Jeez, what's with all the DCs recently? Quite recently. What the frick? Yoink! Go, Sprinkler! Because it actually does something in this game. Going down. Lots of ink. Leaders. Yes, I'll give you $1.50 for this umbrella. $1.50 for that? $10. $10? It's full of holes. Get over here. There. Given how we had a DC, that was actually pretty darn close. We managed to win. GG's. Sheesh. Okay, just so I don't have to make you guys join the lobby again, I'm gonna stick with the ink brush for a little longer, maybe another 2 games, and then I'll switch my weapon out. Splat Attack is probably my favorite Splatoon song in general, actually. At least for, you know, multiplayer battle mode. Wing. Oh yeah, that's a cart in Mario Kart, isn't it? Or a buggy, anyway. The Ink Striker. I think something that would be an interesting addition to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is if they made it so that character weapons were similar to like character abilities. Like when Link gets the boomerang specifically, it's the boomerang he uses in his games. Even though he's had multiple iterations of it. And then when maybe an Inkling gets a bullet bill, it's literally the Kraken just flying ahead at full speed. Or at least, swimming on the ground, rather. I think that'd be pretty neat. Having character specific abilities with the Mario Kart items. That'd be pretty dope. Uh-oh. Ooh, I made it. Somehow I made it. Jeez. Oh yeah, that's another thing about this game that's kind of annoying. You can literally, even while swimming, run into your, teammates and they can completely block your path. But in Splatoon 2 and 3, the only time that can happen is if you're in human form. Brush. You run. I'm just gonna keep going up here. Ouch. Splitty, how goes it? Welcome. How are you doing? That was an interesting set of events that happened. I think that's another thing that's kind of annoying about Splatoon 1 specifically. The, trajectory which you throw your sub-weapon is really awkward. Like, you want to throw it upwards, but if there's even a tiny little pull in the way, it'll just magnetize onto that pole. Specifically, a horizontal one. So that is kind of another annoying thing about this game. Oh, nice. A GC. The trajectory with which you throw your sub-weapons is really awkward. Doing good? That's good to hear. Get into a match just for you because you've been playing Splatoon since 2018. Nice. My Nintendo Network ID is pinned at the top of the chat, so if you want to send me a request, go ahead and do so. I'm going to go ahead and do one more match here, and then I'm going to switch my weapon out. Yeah, there's no tickets in this game. Yeah, so it is hard to level up. The best way to do it is ranked mode, but at the same time, that's only if you get a knockout. So I think it's better just to stick to turf wars, because it might be faster overall. Especially since the matches are only 3 minutes instead of like 5 and maybe sometimes more if you're going to overtime. Because of the time it takes you to complete a ranked mode, it's pretty much, if you get a knockout, the equivalent of winning 2 turf war matches, but it can take as long as 2 turf war matches, so I think it's faster just to stick to turf wars if you want to level up. Screw this freaking stage. There is one cool thing about this stage, though. I think during the last minute, you can see the great Zapfish swimming in the lake over there. Pretty cool. Sprinkler is a lot more expensive in this thing, though. What is that, like 90% of your ink tank? Yeah, pretty spendy. Holy cow, the frame rate is going crazy. At least in this game it has a reason to drop. But in Splatoon 3, there should be no excuse for that. Like, actually. I'm not sure which console is actually stronger, though. Is the Switch stronger than the Wii U? I feel like the Wii U is stronger. Could be wrong about that, though. Someone named Cotton in your lobby today? That's you. Gotcha. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and switch out lobbies as soon as this game is done, because I want to change my weapon. Ooh. Oh yeah, there's a good average, speaking of which. Yeah, what is that? 90% of your intent for a sprinkler? I mean, to a certain degree, it's actually kind of worth it because the sprinkler actually does something in this game. Compared to Splatoon 2 and 3 sprinkler. That and the ink brush is still, you know, pretty ink efficient, so you don't have to worry about running out of ink too often with it. About 20% faster, you think? Handheld and 70% in docked. Switch is about 2 times more capable. It sure doesn't feel like it, especially with Splatoon 3. Because you see in the hub world, like when you're at a distance away from, you know, people in the hub world, you see the animations and they're like 15 frames per second. That doesn't happen in this game. Where's the Nuevo, however you pronounce it. Playing ranked, this one player thought it was turf war, thought they could give it rather than bring it to the goal. They must have been fairly new. Or was it a hacker that made turf war a rainmaker? Because I ran into one of those earlier in this stream. Nuevo. Got it. Because I never knew how to pronounce that. It looks like Nuevo. Nuevo. I wonder what that even means. What does Nuevo even mean? Uh-oh. Doggo. Doggo. Something I find interesting is that with some of the alternate kits for the weapons, the deco sometimes just has its, you know, decal sticker on them. But with other weapons, they have a bunch of, like, glittery looking gemstones on the weapon. So I wonder what the inconsistency is with that. It's pretty cool, though, regardless. I think something cheeky you could do with an ink mine is once the 10-second countdown shows up at the very last 10 seconds of a match, place an ink mine down and it'll explode when the countdown is over. Did it go kaboom? Oh wow, you saw that freaking coaster. Yes! Oh yeah, Slosher is actually pretty good in this game. Or, Slosher Machine, rather. Because they didn't turn into a slow, sluggish sloshing machine like the X-Slosher, which was completely unnecessary. Maybe the special duration, or special points... swing! Maybe the special points only for the special, yeah, but the slow attack speed, yeah, that was unnecessary. It's a sloshing machine, not an X-Slosher. I'm not sure which ink mines I like better. The ones in Splatoon 2 and 3 or these ones. Because while these ones do one hit, they only stay there for 10 seconds or until someone, you know, run over them. So, it's like, which one do we like better? Oh. That actually worked. Jeez. Ah, just before I clicked in the right stick. Gosh darn it. I was literally gonna do so. Right then and there. G to the G's. How much time I got left? Another 40 minutes. It's not very different halfway across the map. Yeah, the E-Leaders, all the weapons in this game do have more range than they do in Splatoon 2 and 3. The range has been toned down a lot in the sequels. Like the E-Leader 3K scope in this game, that can cover like half of a map. Maybe even a little over half, depending on how small the map is. It's kind of insane. Oh my life. Jeez. What is hitting me? Jeez. Ooh, that was close. Wait. Captain was also one of your faves? I like Captain. That's also one of my favorites. Love that instant activation. Oh gosh. The thing I like about ink mines is that even after you get splatted, they can still potentially splat somebody. But so can pretty much a splat bomb or a suction bomb. Even a burst bomb, actually. But that's if they're very high on damage. Or low on health, rather. Number one favorite is Moray Towers. That would be kind of in the middle for me. Like, it is a nice map, but it's too big is the problem. Like, it's too big a map. That's the problem. Maybe if they bumped it up to 3 minutes and 30 seconds on that map, then yeah. Because it's huge. And this is why I really despise the stage. It's like whoever holds the center of the stage just wins. This is why this stage is my least favorite in Splatoon 1. Whoever holds the center can just keep the enemy team pinned down. But I'm gonna do this the smart way. Okay, so now I'm gonna switch my weapon out. I guess I'll go back to permanent ink brush. Because that's a fun ink brush. The other two kits are fine, but permanent is just better. Permanent ink brush is definitely the best ink brush kit in this game. And a DC. What's with all the DCs all of a sudden? Jeez. Okay. Permanent ink brush. And the ink brush kits in Splatoon 3 so far kind of suck. I mean, ink mines and freaking ultra stamp, really. The vanilla one's okay, but it has Killer Whale 5.1, which is, in my opinion, one of the worst specials in the game. Because you can literally moonwalk to avoid it. So that means permanent ink brush is either going to get Sprinkler and Big Bubbler, or Sprinkler and Kraken Royale. But one thing's for sure, it's going to get Sprinkler. Because we all know how much Nintendo likes to reuse kits and not try anything new and original. Jeez. Like I was saying earlier in the stream, it's like when you already know a weapon is going to have a particular sub-weapon because of how often Nintendo reuses stuff, it just makes Splatoon 3 even more boring than it already is. Because it's like, oh, can't wait for the third one, even though I know what it's going to have. It's just dumb. It is so dumb. It is really, really, really dumb. Like, what is the point of that? We already know permanent ink brush is gonna get Sprinkler. But as for the special, it might get Kraken Royale, or it might get Big Bubbler. I would prefer it had Kraken Royale over Big Bubbler, because Big Bubbler also freaking sucks in Splatoon 3. Okay. Oh. I'm just gonna head down here and get a mech. I'm gonna be right here. I will be a distraction. That actually kind of worked. Jeez, that jellyfish is going fishing with his hand. That's gonna hurt, jellyfish. Especially since this is Piranha Pit. You're gonna get freaking bitten by a freaking piranha. So, not a very smart idea, jellyfish. Ouch! Where the heck did that come from? That's where. We need more weapons with Crack on Splatoon 3. We only have like 2 so far, am I right? The Crack-On Splat Roller and the .96 gal Deco. How did the 96 gal get its alternate hit before the 52 gal? That makes no sense to me. Okay, what time is it now? I got time. Do 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 do. Deco should have came first, like actually. Not sure why they made it the Deco. Maybe it's because it had, you know, Kraken in Splatoon 1 and they wanted to bring that back for the Kraken Royale kits, but that again just shows how Nintendo, the way they prioritize weapon kits is so stupid. There's no reason they couldn't have brought that back after the .52 gal Deco. But they wanted to do it just because they could have an excuse to put another Kraken Royale weapon in the game. Jeez. Their brains aren't backwards, I swear. Jeez. It's like they are so disorganized with how they handled Splatoon 3, it's mind-boggling. Like, how come we have to wait a year for another Tri-Stringer kit? When that was like the first weapon they introduced, and is in like all the cover art. What in the heck? They're just so disorganized with how they are handling that game. There is no organization at all, it's just put this in, put it in, random, do it. I don't care. Money. Oh. Hello. Oh, that's a little bit of lag. Good. We got 4 Kraken kits. Heavy deck. Oh yeah, the heavy deco. That also has Kraken, and is a complete repeat. And now the Blood Blubber deco. Very interesting. But either way, yeah, it's dumb just how much they repeat kits. It takes away any actual weapons that should have had an alternate kit first. I saw your repose. But yeah, given how the, let's see, the Spire Shot, there are no bomb launchers or rushes in Splatoon 3. So, the third, you know, Splatter Shot kit is either gonna get Booyah Bomb, because that's also similar to Splashdown, or it's going to get Reflatter, because that is also similar to Splashdown. Either way, we can predict which one it's gonna have. It's either those two. Or they might give it Tenta Missiles, because Kensa had Tenta Missiles in Splatoon 2. But either way, it has to have Burst Bombs. We still do not have a Burst Bomb Splatter Shot weapon in it, which is good. Yeah, but Blubber made its debut in Splatoon 2. And it was pretty broken when it first released. Sidewinder. Lols. Where are we even going with all of this? I have no idea. But yeah. Hopefully the third Splatter Shot kit has Burst Bombs with it, and it's either going to get Tenta Missiles, Booyah Bomb, or every fighter is going to have one of those three specials, but it's pretty much guaranteed to have burst bombs. If it doesn't have burst bombs, then that just means Nintendo doesn't know their own games. Jeez. But yeah, it's pretty much guaranteed to have burst bombs at this point, because we still need the splatter shot with the burst bomb. And you know what? I don't really think I would mind it having Reef Slider, because if you think about it, what kind of vibes do you get from a game like Splatoon? You get like summertime vibes. You're literally having water gun fights. So if it has burst bombs, it's gonna have, you know, literal water balloons as its sub-weapon, and if it gets the Reef Slider, it's a literal inflatable pool toy to ride on, so that would be a very good summer vibe weapon, as much as Reef Slider blows. So I guess I wouldn't really mind it, just for the sake of having a consistent theme with a weapon, be summertime-esque. But what they need to do to make, or they could actually bring Splashdown to multiplayer, yeah, because it's in the story mode. But at the same time, that'd be kind of lame, because it wouldn't be just a, you know, repeat-esque kit. It would be a full-on repeat kit. It'd be a carbon copy repeat. So I would actually rather it did have Reef Slider over Splashdown, just for the sake of making something a little different. I'm coming for you! Jeez. That's kind of why I think Kraken Royale is better than the normal Kraken, because despite it not having instant activation and much longer end lag, the attack is more consistent because you can literally just charge, and it's bigger too. Versus in this game, you have to jump, which slows it down, which gives your opponent the ability to just get away. But it's still a fun special to use. It really is. Instant activation. Then someone's OCD this appropriate. Thank you, Morty, for my special weapon. I wanna climb the wall. Ooh, jump. Nice. Let's go. Correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't bomb launchers / rushes in Splatoon 3 Star Mode? I don't think it were. Is he attacking? Is he done? Hey, have some Doritos. Have some Doritos. Hello. Even the sprinkler does a little bit of knockback to the Kraken. Sprinkler was actually good in this game. Jess, welcome. How's it going? How you doing? Gotta go. Have a good one, Jameson. Take care. Stay safe. And I'm gonna go ahead and do one more match with the permanent ink brush and then switch my weapon out. Uh-oh. I give it good. Jump. Jump. Squid jump. It's nice how in Splatoon 1 and 3 you have something to do to pass the time as you're waiting for a match. But in Splatoon 2, all you could do was like change the music up by pressing buttons, which is better than nothing, but, you know, not as good as Squid Jump or actually playing around in the lobby. Something that would be nice, if in the lobby you're with, you know, playing with friends, they're not holograms, and you can actually communicate and try to combine different specials with each other just to see what works, just to see how you can combine different specials. That'd be pretty damn cool. Hey, someone's up there already. Not anymore. Here I come! Yeah, I think overall my favorite like multiplayer music is definitely, or song rather, is Splat Attack. Someone's a little persistent with trying to climb up there. Oh, what's going on? Okay, nothing. That's what. Let's see if I can actually manage to pull this off. Yes, I can. Jeez. That was quite the ordeal. I find it funny how Splatoon... I find it kind of funny how Splatoon 3, or 2 rather, only had like 3 original maps to the game, when pretty much every map is a returning one from this game. Just a rework a little bit. Some were reworked to be better, some are actually not as good. Moray Towers is one that I think is worse in Splatoon 2 than it is in this game because they got rid of like 2 flanking routes. And instead they have those stupid ink roll things that just leave you wide open for attack. It's so dumb. Oh, I was about to say, if I had ink bombs, I could have just climbed that, scaled that wall right there. See, that's another thing. In Splatoon 2, you can't do stuff like that. You have so much liberty with which walls you can ink and climb up. It feels like you're in control. That's the whole point of like this game, isn't it? Like, to have fun. But in Splatoon 3, they just said, no, get rid of any and all inkable surfaces, except the ground. That's the only thing you can ink. In the Splatoon 2, it was kind of 50-50. There were some walls you could ink, but there was more that you couldn't. And then in this game, yeah, you can ink pretty much everything. Yeah, that's the whole thing. To have fun. But Nintendo decided to say, yeah, screw that. Everything will be uninkable. Feels like you actually can control your character in this game. Not so much in Splatoon 3. Actually, I'm having fun with the permanent ink fresh. I'm gonna go another 2 games. And then I'll do 2 more games after, well, maybe after this one. Yeah, I'll do another 2 games after these 2, and then I'll switch my weapon out. And then call it a stream. Oh, boing. No, don't grab the starfish. Good. you can grab the starfish. Something I noticed that you can do in the squid jump minigame is once, like, if you have the starfish power up, and then you grab something like the jellyfish power up, but you have to like do it right underneath the starfish. Like if you full charge a starfish jump and grab the jellyfish power up, you go flying. You go way up. It's like the rocket wisp from Sonic Colors. And you can do that if your timing is very accurate with the starfish power up running out. If you do a full charge jump just as it runs out, the same thing will happen. It's really fun. But that's easier said than done. It's easier just to grab a jellyfish. But that's also situational. Thanks, you pushed me into your teammate. Oh, that ran out just the last millisecond. Dang it. Who thought you could use the knockback to your advantage? Because they literally knocked me back into their teammates to make it easier for me to get them. Jeez. Oh, that's a shirt I don't yet have. Perhaps I should go grab it after this match. I don't know. You know what? I actually still need those shoes. Throw! I don't think my splat bomb landed up there. Greetings! Back up. Booting first is a lot of fun. Jeez Louise. Why did they ruin the kit in Splatoon 2 and 3? Well, they haven't done it yet, but we know they're going to. In 3. Uh-oh, I think someone be a little salty. I still think it would have been cool if they added a third Splattershot Junior kit. They could have called it like the Seaweed Splattershot Junior. And it literally could have been point sensors as the sub-weapon and Killer Whale as the special. The only real synergy that would have is you can use the point sensor to, you know, locate enemies. Oh my gosh, their score on that side. Jeez Louise. And then you can aim the Killer Whale at him. So that would have been pretty good synergy. And given how the Killer Whale is the cheapest special in the game, and it's on something like the Junior, you're going to be getting it a lot. So yeah, I think that would have been a cool third kit for the Splattershot Junior in this game. Splashdown is better than the Reef Slider? Yeah, I agree. I mean, even if your Splashdown gets cancelled, you only lose 25% of it instead of the usual 50. But if Reef Slider gets cancelled, you still lose the whole 50. That and the vanilla Splattershot in Splatoon 2 was probably the best weapon to have the Splashdown, because it had burst bombs to complement it, so you could regain control of your character before the animation was even done, and you could just spam 2 burst bombs on them and it would splat them. Or just 1. Or you could do it either in reverse. And you can use it during a super jump. making it faster and stronger. Yeah, Splashdown is better than Reef Slider, flat out. But if you could steer the Reef Slider and start moving as like right after the explosion is done, then I think it actually would be a little better than Splashdown. But given how it currently works, yeah, Splashdown is still better, just flat out. Something funny that's also kind of dumb about Splatoon 2 is they made it so that even if you are running like a max special saver, you will not respawn with a special attack ready. And I think that was to make it so that you couldn't super jump splash down out of spawn upon respawning. Which is kind of dumb, honestly. But that would have just been so cool. You respawn, you get back into the action safely. But Nintendo said, no, we want to spawn camp. And they made spawn camping the worst it's ever been in Splatoon 3. Absolutely horrendous. You think Splashdown needs the Reef Slider? I mean, if anything, we're already pretty certain that the third Splatter Shot kit is going to get Burst Bombs, because we still don't have a Burst Bomb Splatter Shot. As for the special, I think it'll either be Booyah Bomb or Reef Slider, one of those two. Because both of those are similar to, you know, the Splashdown from Splatoon 2, and we all know that Nintendo really likes to recycle kits. Or they might bring Splashdown into multiplayer, but if they did that, I would rather it have Reef Slider, honestly, just because having the exact same kit as one in the previous games, it's kind of boring, honestly. Even if it's a good kit, it's like, I don't know. We just need one more person. We still have 28 weapons left before every class gets a new weapon, and every weapon gets a second kit. As Season 3 is left. And only 3 seasons left. See, that's another thing. If every weapon is going to get at least 2 kits, they're not going to be able to do that with only 3 more seasons left. They're factually going to need another 4. Factually. Splatoon 3 factually needs a third year of continuous support. Okay, so after this match, I'm gonna do 2 more matches, and then I'll call it a stream. Make that a quad. Did it? There you are. Yeah, Burn Unique Brush in this game is actually really good. In Splatoon 2, it kinda sucks. In Splatoon 3, we already know it's gonna suck. It's gonna get Sprinkler as its sub-weapon. But if it gets Kraken Royale, then perhaps it'll be good. But if it gets Big Bubbler, then yeah, that's just gonna be the worst Ink Brush kit that we have in that game. Sprinkler, Big Bubbler. Give it Kraken Royale and it might be decent. Given how you're already ruining it with the Sprinkler. The only thing that sucks about ink brushes in this game that I can think of is specifically because the size of the Wii U gamepad. It makes it kind of hard to rapidly press the button here to continue off swing. Unlike, you know, Pro Controller on the Switch, which makes it a lot easier. I think there is a Wii U Pro Controller, but how would that work with this game? Would you literally just press the X button to pull up the map like you would on the Switch or something? Because I'm not sure how that would work for this game. Ink the top of the box because it actually counts. Ow. Run! Ow. There we go. Got it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and switch my weapon out and do 2 more matches and then call it a stream. And welcome back, Squiddy. Jeez, 10 splats. The permanent ink brush in this game is just so much fun. But what weapon should I do now? You know what? Let's do Slosher. Slosher. Another one of my favorites in this game. So 2 more matches and then I'm calling it a stream. If you want to join, now is your chance. Let's go! So yeah, next weekend I will be doing a collab for Big Run. However, given how Drizzle season starts on the 1st, which is on a Friday, I'll be streaming on Friday and Saturday next weekend, or next week, so I might take Sunday off. Wait. I think I just realized something. Is the Toro splat roller and the freaking Soda Slosher? No, Soda Slosher has splat bombs. Oh, never mind. I was about to say, do they have the same kit? Pro controller can only be used in the battle dojo. Oh, that's stupid. Use a gamepad for the core game. Well, given how they were able to fix that in Splatoon 2, so where you can pull up a map, they could easily port this game to the Switch. No problem. Boom. I still think the way Nintendo should do quick respawn in Splatoon 3 is they should make it so that it's active all the time, but anyone you splat will also get the effects of quick respawn. I think that's how they should do it in Splatoon 3. Because it's the same sort of a respawn pressure, yet that's active all the time. So yeah, why not for quick respawn as well? Makes literally 0 sense. are you alive? Jeez. Get them teammates are right there. There you go. I don't think I'll get one more ink strike, but if I can, we might be able to turn this around. Give it being locked. Yeah, no. Okay, so one more match and then I'm calling it a stream. 40 sharp. How do you go that low with a Splattershot Junior? Was that person even trying? Whoa, boy. Dang it, this randomly generated platforming for the squid jump minigame can really screw you over sometimes. Okay, let's go. Seriously, 2 people that go AFK right out of the gate. If you're not gonna start the match, then don't start the match, AFKers. If we lose, it's because of you. Let's do it. Time to do a little base invading. Never mind. Dead. Jumping all up and down and all around. I don't think. Oh yeah, Seekers are a thing in this game. That's one way to do it. Ooh, frame rate. At least this game has a reason for the frame rate to be get that low sometimes. But normally, yeah, no. There's no excuse for that in Splatoon 3. I swear, sometimes moving vertically in this game is a bit of a bear. Up and over. Up and down and all around. And I blame the AFKers. I don't get why people start a match if they're not going to start the match. That just makes no sense to me. Makes literally 0.0 sense. Don't ruin the game for everyone else because you have to go answer the door, buddy. If you're expecting someone, then wait for them to get there before you start playing. But anywho's, I think I'm gonna call it a stream right here. Let's see. So yeah, next weekend I will be doing a okay, so on Friday I'll be showcasing the new Drizzle season, specifically the maps and the weapons. Like I'll be going on recon with the maps and then maybe do a little bit of multiplayer. But then on Saturday I will be doing a collab for Big Run with the crew. So I might be taking Sunday off. So I think that's going to be the plans for next weekend. And then the weekend after that, I guess I'll be playing more Splatoon 1 because, yeah, I'm still not having any fun playing Splatoon 3, and I doubt I'll still be having any fun playing Splatoon 3 after the new Drizzle season is here. Just because that game is it just got boring really quickly, so I think the weekend after next weekend I'll be playing more Splatoon 1 again. But other than that, yeah, I'm gonna call it a stream here. So, let me think. Wait, what time is it now? Do I have enough time? Actually, no. I'm gonna go another 2 matches with the Wasabi real quickly. Just cause. Like I said, I'm having too much fun with this game. Dude, I swear, the randomly generated platforms really screw you right over. Yeah, I think my favorite weapon in this game is probably the Wasabi Splatter Shot. If only it had burst bombs, though. But you know what? Splat bombs are still good. Up and down and all around. Do, do, do. Okay, so yeah, 2 more quick matches just because I want to use this weapon again, because it's a lot of fun. Shaker, how goes it? Welcome. How are you doing? If you wish to join or try to anyway, these will be my last 2 matches, and then I will go ahead and call it a stream. So, it's a good thing. I decided to do an extra 2 matches. Oh, I thought someone was gonna climb right up there. Ooh, the Aqua Tea. That's a level 45 unlock, am I correct? I got a long way to go before I can actually get that. Pincered! Good thing it's 45? Well, 40 is the Aqua shot. Yeah, so 45 is Aqua Tea. I got quite a ways to go. Climb! Double! That is, if there is one thing I like better about splat bombs than burst bombs, is that you can get some pretty cool splats like that. Because burst bombs aren't exactly intended for splatting enemies. They're used for softening them up or mobility. But either way, it's a lot of fun when you get stuff like that. I think there's someone behind this block. And away we go. That looks like a pretty close game. Let's see. Was it you or Real that told you about this clip where the game in Splatoon doing it with the DC and the game? I think that was Riolu that sent you that. Yeah, literally in Splatoon 3, someone's first game, they had a disconnect like at the start of it, so it stopped, and then it still said like the thing that would normally happen, like it was like, whew, see, that's what battles are like. And I'm like, yeah, that is so freaking true about Splatoon 3. Get ready for nothing but disconnects. Jeez, that was perfect, dude. See, that's what battles are like. Yeah, non-existent. DCs. So instead of fixing the problem with DCs, they make it so that the match just abruptly stops. So my question is, why don't they have AI in place of the person that DC'd, like they do in, I don't know, Smash Ultimate, like they do in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? What's their excuse for not being able to do that in Splatoon 3? Or Splatoon in general, for that matter. They demonstrate that they can have good AI programming. Like Generation 3 and the Octolinks at the end of After Alterna. So there is literally zero excuse for that. It just shows Nintendo doesn't even bother trying. They just don't care. Lazy! But yeah, I think that was Riolu. That was Riolu. And I'm like, yep, so true. Boing! Come on, just one more person. Let's do one more match and then I'm calling it a stream. Just want to use the Wasabi Splatter Shot again because it's a lot of fun. It's probably my favorite weapon in this game. Okay. Oh, I think we got someone coming in. There we go. Finally. Piranha Pit. At least we're mapping the game. Dude, even the lighting on the maps has a really cool lighting effect on the weapons. Splatoon 1 was definitely the best Splatoon game in terms of map design and visuals. And map lighting as well, visually. Very bright and colorful. Then Splatoon 2 kind of toned that down a little bit for some stupid reason. And then Splatoon 3's maps are just like wastelands. And the weapons look too industrial. Like, ugh. Why do they look like that? They're not bad looking in terms of overall design. They're pretty sleek. But I really prefer Splatoon 2s over Splatoon 3s. And I prefer Splatoon 1s over Splatoon 2s. I spotted Mario! Ah, hero shot replica. Hello. It's funny because the splash weapons have consistently had pretty solid kits throughout all 3 games. It's nice to know that they get consistent good kits, but it kind of sucks that they don't do that with the other weapons. I'm like, why? Like, what's the deal with that? Someone favors the splash a little bit too much. He's interesting. I really want to do his job there for a second. Jeez. Ooh, pincered. No, move. Ink rays! You got to do your job better than that, buddy. Ouch, that was some lag. Ink rays! There we go. Yeah, it kind of sucks that Ink rays is a shoe exclusive ability in this game. Because given how much I like to move around, I kind of need it. I'm so glad they changed that in the sequels. Okay, and that's going to do it for today's live stream. So yeah, as I said, next week I'll be streaming the Drizzle season when it comes out on Friday. And then on Saturday, I will be doing a collab for Big Run with the crew. So I might be taking Sunday off in that case. Your gear, you either need 1 Super Sea Snail or, yeah, 30,000 coins. Or million rather. 30,000. It's kind of insane. But unfortunately, you can only use coins if you have no Super Sea Snails. And you need Super Sea Snails to reroll. You can't do it. I don't think you can do it with coins. So yeah, kind of a pain. Holiday weekend next weekend for Labor Day. Oh yeah, that's true, isn't it? Nice. Okay, but anywho's, yes, I will be calling it a stream here now. So, with that being said, next weekend, you already know what I'll be streaming. What's with this guy's hair? Is it because it's against an invisible wall? Lols. I have not decided a team yet. It's one of those Splatfests that's like, I don't really want to, choose one over the other. But if I want those Super Sea Snails, I'll have to participate. So I really do not know which team I'll be going. I could go Team Shiver just for the ink color. I could go Team Fry because she was represented the first team I joined in the premiere, so that's pretty cool. Or I could join Big Man because he represented Team Love in the previous one. It's like I could go either for either reasons, but I really don't know for sure which team I want to join yet. It's kind of a hard one. You're thinking Fry or Big Man? Yeah, I'm still thinking about which team I want to join as well. What do those have on them? Special charge up. Anywho's, yeah, like I said, I'll be calling it a stream here. So, with that being said, yeah, Schiffer already won because of Japan. So, yeah, when Splatfests are that predictable, Nintendo needs to fix things up. But they won't because they don't care, because they're lazy, because they just want the monies. But yeah, I'm calling it a stream here. So, thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll see you next weekend for the Drizzle season and Big Run in Splatoon 3. With that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me. Hope you all had fun. Until next time, love you all. Take care.